Why is it not playing?
What is this? What is it? What is it? What is it? I can't believe. What the hell is this place anyway? What the hell? I'll take care of that direction.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Wardcast every Saturday. Do you have a question?
No,
I was just like, you totally derailed me.
yeah.
Every
What's up,
Saturday,
everybody?
we're here live for your viewing or listening pleasure at 5 p.m. Central Time-ish to talk about what matters most. Video game news, machinima, survival horror discussion, and just games in general. All that good shit. I'm your host, Sean Clark, alongside not Jazz Rich. I always just go into it's just like, it comes off the top of my head like it's all just part of the routine. God damn it, Jazz.
She's always here.
She's
Representing
always
Jazz
here.
Rich
God
is
damn it.
We
this.
miss you, Jazz.
How could you? Alec Funnel.
Okay.
In the news today, it was announced that a yellow electric mouse has eaten a human named Leon S. Kennedy.
Shayla Hill.
Hi.
Hi. That wasn't even a mouse. It was a Pikachu.
Yes, which is an electric type mouse.
He's a mouse type.
it-
Oh, no.
Is it
It's a
actually a mouse?
It
Yes.
is a mouse.
I never knew that. You learn something new every day. And Lee Funnel,
Or
even though he just
rodent type.
disappeared.
Woo!
And he's
Well,
on mute.
Yeah.
Ew.
Oh, wow! What an episode!
Yeah.
What an
Good
episode.
stuff.
There it is.
There we
Hello.
I pressed something against the keyboard. My bad.
Whoops.
Yes. I put
What?
it together back with tape. That's why it's still here. After
Oh,
Leon
you-
killed it.
You revived him with tape.
Yes.
It's good.
Bubblegum pieces and love.
No.
Didn't have any of those.
And a blowjob.
No.
Whoa.
No, Alec. No.
No.
So, have you guys heard about this AI age verification system that YouTube implemented back in August?
No.
No. Oh boy.
I've seen.
Oh boy.
I've seen.
Oh
I've seen.
boy.
I've seen other sites use that kind of age verification process. So I'm not surprised.
No,
Well,
you're
squirrely.
you went underwater there for a minute, Lee. Just so you know.
Oh,
Technical difficulties. The episode, like this, might even be like the most fucked up episode yet. I mean, we might break a record here. This is impressive.
Jazz in there.
I mean, I was just about to say because Jazz isn't here, it's cursed.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I mean, something.
I mean,
yeah,
she
so-
blames it on me when I'm not on an episode, so I'm going to blame it on her because she's not on an episode.
You know, it's only fair. It's only fair. So YouTube will now no longer believe what you put in as your age in your account settings. So if you know when you go to your profile and you put in how old you are, they completely ignore that now. Instead, it now uses an AI that monitors your activity and will assign you an age profile, which will then affect the content that you see on the platform. Isn't that fun?
That's
No.
weird.
The quote age estimation model will determine if the user is under 18 despite the birthday attached to the account. So why
I
even
mean, I
have
guess
that? Like,
if you
just remove
Google
that.
boobs, they're gonna be like, "Gotcha."
Okay.
No,
I'm
I mean,
gonna
not
do that.
really. An adult can't Google boobs or search for boobs.
Or
BOBS. Oh my god, there's boobs on Google.
What
Whoa.
happened?
I meant actually don't do that.
Like, that's kind of the point, though, is like, how does it know that just because you put in boobs, like, what does that mean? A 12-year-old could put boobs, or an 80-year-old could put boobs. Like, how is that an indicator as to how old you are? But it will take information just like that to determine how old you are.
So
Weird.
if someone say like wanted to learn what the Japanese name was for the Pokemon Magma and its line, which is Uber, along those lines, they'd immediately get triggered by Google's YouTube because they search Uber that they are, of adult age and give them that content, even though they might be 12.
Yeah. I mean, that's another good example, is just Pokemon in general. Like, there's tons of adult Pokemon fans and players and whatnot, but technically it's a kid's game, So, like, just because you're searching for Pokemon, you could be a reseller, you could be an adult that likes Pokemon, or you could be a kid. Like, that's not an indicator as to how old
Well,
you
no,
are.
I think it's gonna know. It's gonna. You start looking at Pokemon, and it's like you are either in your 30s or you're 12.
Well, how is that going to help? Like, what's up, Alec? What were you going to say?
Lee.
No,
No, I saw you raise your hand, Alec.
no, that was me. Raised my hand. Do you not see
Oh,
yellow?
I saw the guy in the red shirt raise his hand. I'm pretty sure it's Alec, but go ahead, Lee.
You were talking about people that enjoy playing Pokemon. It's a kids thing, and I was like, yeah, I do.
Okay.
Yeah, and I put my hand up saying guilty because I'm a 30-year-old plus 30-year-old who's 12 mentally because I like playing Pokemon still.
Yeah, so me and Lee did the same thing. I just used one finger.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I used my palm.
I guess we'll just have to see how accurate it is. I'm kind of curious now because, like, what the hell? What if it starts inadvertently roasting people? Like, it thinks I'm like 20 years younger, or like someone listens to a bunch of classical music and news, and they're like, "You're 72 years old."
Exactly.
YouTube says you should be dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, it uses markers.
You like your algorithm?
It uses markers like account longevity as well, which I don't see how that's relevant to how old you are, and overall activity to set an age for each account, and then restrictions can follow. This can result in what ads you're allowed to see, can implement reminders to tell you to take a break or to go to bed if it thinks that you're really young. It can minimize what videos are recommended, including videos it deems, quote, problematic if viewed in repetition. So not even like a bad video in general, but if it deems that if you watch it repeatedly, it can be a problem, it'll stop showing you that video. So like maybe it's your favorite video ever, it's a music video and you listen to it every day. Oh, guess what? YouTube thinks you listen to this too much and now it's going to remove it and you're not going to see it pop up anymore. It's fucking
So I watch a lot of Mayday investigations where planes crash and all that sort of thing, like documentations about the cause and results. So does that mean YouTube thinks I'm a sadist?
probably.
Yes.
Oh, great.
Or a failed pilot.
And if those videos that you watch repeatedly start disappearing, now you'll know why. Because it thinks you're a psychopath. So if you think you have the wrong age estimation model, you can appeal it manually. You can verify your age through YouTube through showing them a picture of your government ID. You can take a selfie, or you can give them your credit card information, which is not only really inconvenient, but all the security breaches that constantly happen, that's even more information that they can find. Fucking get your ID and your credit card information when it doesn't even need to be out there in the first place. So that's great.
So the UK government have just announced this kind of thing where they're going to get everyone in the UK to do a digital ID. However, that system has been hacked into twice before it's even
Shocking.
started.
Exactly.
So like, all right.
This is why this kind of shit doesn't work. People are going to capitalize on this as an opportunity to get more information.
Can we just bribe these people with gold money to tell them to go away and leave us alone?
Probably not.
No.
You could try. You never know.
I mean, it's real gold.
Yeah,
I'll demonstrate.
it's fair. This obviously has also been very damaging to YouTubers who are impacted by restricted ad revenue and hidden videos and entire channels. YouTube is literally hiding people's videos or their entire channels to millions of users who have been assigned younger account age estimation models. And so I kind of played around with this, and it's it's pretty real. I'm going to show you. If we go to my YouTube, and so you look at home, so you see my videos there, and then you go to this is essentially what it turns on, this restricted mode. So if it thinks that you're younger, it's going to turn this on, and then it's going to hide a bunch of shit. So with this enabled, these are all my videos. I have 7 videos. And my last upload was 4 years ago. So it doesn't
same thing, see what happens.
It doesn't show any of the podcast. It doesn't show pretty much any of the machinima. It hides everything. So then when I turn it off, oh, look at all the videos a month ago, 7 months ago. Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, some of the content on the Ward Productions is not appropriate for all ages.
And to be fair, when I just logged onto my video, it started playing the Life is Stupid trailer, and it's my voice saying, yeah, it's time for some wet pussy.
Yeah, and that's okay, apparently. All right. But no, it's more of the fact that like their YouTube is determining like who's young and who's not, and like automatically turning on that restricted mode. So like it's turning that on for a bunch of people who aren't kids and a lot of people who could potentially be my audience. And so not only are they not going to get notified when I put out a new video, even if they're subscribed, but even if they go to my channel to look at my shit, if they don't even know that they've been categorized as a younger, as a kid or whatever, and they have this restricted mode turned on, because there's no notifications when this happens, they just flip the switch and it's there. So like there's a lot of people that are going to be looking at YouTube not knowing this is in effect, and they're going to go to a channel like mine and they're not going to see any of their content. And that is fucking horseshit. Like that's literally going to destroy channels. And I've seen a lot of videos, people are posting videos about this specific thing saying like, my revenue's tanked, my views are tanked, and these are like massive multi-million subscriber channels that are seeing like channel ending changes in their viewership and their ad revenue. And yeah, it's completely leveling the platform. It's insane.
So I have 32 videos. I've just done the same thing you did.
Mm-hmm.
And so I turned the restriction off. And how many videos do you think?
0.
4.
0.
I mean, that's almost as many as I had. I had 7. So, but the difference is I have like hundreds. I have 479 videos and 7 of them show with restricted mode on. So not great. Not great. Yeah. But anywho, that's what's going on at YouTube these days.
Good job.
Fun shit. All right. Let's go ahead and jump into the episode. Obviously, no Jazz this week, even though I almost introduced her. She is not here. She's being all Canadian with her thanks and her givings and all that. So happy early Canadian Thanksgiving to all the Canucks.
So do we have to blame Canada for Jazz not being here?
Technically, yeah.
Blame Canada.
There you
go. Copyright strike.
Yeah, immediately. Yeah. But yeah, this week we're talking about Xbox layoffs and the end of Perfect Dark, Capcom shutting down random servers, the House of the Dead 2 remake, and more. We're going to talk about updates in AI movie making and how it could affect a Resident Evil movie potentially in the future. And then we'll play some games, including 8-Bit and the guessing game. then we'll end the show with ghost comments. Because it's Halloweeny time. So we got to bring the ghosts in. Right, Alec?
Yep.
Got to bring the
Ooh.
spookies.
Gotta bring
There you go.
Michael Jackson into it.
Wow. All right, Alec.
Mm.
How was your week? What's been going on?
It's a short week for me. I played more Resident Evil Code Veronica. I technically played the Dreamcast version because I wanted to see what Steve's hair looked like because I knew that was different. And I'm like, yeah, it's worse.
Wow.
Yeah. But I also did my homework from last week. I played new to me Zombies Revenge.
Ooh, what'd you think?
Yeah, it was pretty cool actually. Although I was taken back from all the House of the Dead fucking sounds.
I know, like I was saying, it's literally a House of the Dead game. It's
Yeah.
just instead of a light rail shooter, it's a beat 'em up.
Yeah,
Great.
with the timer on it, and it's just like, all right. But yeah, I could see it being fun. I only played a little bit of it because, like, I was playing it on an emulator and I hadn't quite got all the buttons configured on it yet, so I was just like, okay. Other than that, I watched WWE Crown Jewel. That was earlier on today, because it's live in Australia, so they managed to do it early. So I was like, I get to watch the pay-per-view before the Wardcast. I was like, cool. So I would just say, watch the John Cena versus AJ Styles match if you get the chance, because that is great fun, actually. So yeah, other than that, got a show and tell. Now, this is on eBay, or on my eBay to sell. So, who wants to see a broken PS5 controller?
You're selling a broken PS5 controller on eBay? What the fuck?
And I've already got a bid for it, yes.
Interesting. All right.
There's 8 watches for it. But yeah. So
For parts, perhaps?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I guess.
so-
Probably.
essentially what I've done is because Nash bought a Nintendo DS Lite Pink and the top screen doesn't work on it, and I can't get the Super Nintendo working again, and something else I bought that doesn't work. So I was like, all right, let's do one big repair job, kind of job lot kind of thing. So I put that up last night, and yeah, as I said, it got 8 watches, a couple of bids that I'm going on it. So I just thought, okay, before I wrap it up, I'll show up the PS5 controller. But whilst I was moving things, left, right, and centre, I did go out with Lee yesterday to Yeovil, and we was talking about things that Lee's going to send to Sean, and I remembered, I've got to give this to Sean.
Yes.
So I'm going to give this. Well, Lee's going to come and drop off something, and he's going to pick up this. So yes, it's the gun with not Leon on it.
I
It's
can't
not Leon.
believe how many times that's happened. Like there's
I
been
know.
just that I've seen like a Stars like police badge. I've seen Barry, seen Leon.
I have a badge.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like how do they get away with that shit?
It's not Leon, so it's fine. But yeah, that was my week. Shayla, how was your week?
Mine was pretty good. I have been like binge listening to Doja Cat's new album, and watching some of her live performances and the new music and the videos she dropped. And it's probably one of my favorites so far because it's like highly emulating like 80s sounds. She even does like a song where she samples the Knight Rider track. Um, I watched more of Life is Strange Before the Storm with Jazz, and I'm not gonna spoil. I'll just say that one of the like bonus chapters like made me cry so hard. It was like a emotional gut punch. Like I was literally like
Do you need a
uh,
tissue?
Yeah, I did. I was like, Jazz is deemed calls it Snot City because she'll just like hear me go quiet and then she'll be like, "Are you okay?" And then she'll just hear like, I know.
That's gross.
Oh, it's so sad though. Oh my God, what the hell? um, and it was fun because it's kind of like I get to play because she's controlling it, but I'm watching it, and like when it becomes the decisions, I get to make the decisions. So she got to see some stuff that she's so far like the whole way she's got to see stuff that she wouldn't have because I make very different choices than her. So that's pretty cool. And then I've had this fan day. There's something I'm really excited about, especially excited when to come back and talk about it. But on October 23rd, there's gonna be the Chainsaw Man movie locally, and I've been sitting on this Fandango gift card that I got for Christmas last year for like ever. And I don't go out to the movies anymore. I like watch everything at home now. And so I was like, oh, this is finally my chance. And you know how they have, like, the big sofas? So I was like, "I'm just gonna order 2 tickets because I can either, 1, either hopefully find somebody to go with me, or 2, just be guaranteed that I get the whole couch thingy to myself, like, worst case, I can just stretch out, whatever." It's a gift card. It's taken me all year to use it. It was, like, almost $40 for uh, 2 3D tickets, like, holy
Yeah.
crap. It was, like, $38. I mean, no regrets because it was a gift card, but holy smokes. But anyway, on the 23rd, I'm gonna go see the Chainsaw Man Reze arc, and apparently it's in 3D, so that's kinda interesting.
Isn't it
I haven't s
2D
huh?
animation?
Yeah, but it's gonna have 3D effects, so they'll obviously make like, mess with the depth perception on stuff or make
Yeah.
The
his, like,
credits will
chainsaw.
be 3D.
I'm sure you know what, actually, I take that back because the anime did use, like, 3D that whereas, like, sometimes it's 3D or sometimes it's 3D with, like, 2D drawn. So it may actually have some 3D animation in it. So, um, I don't know, a lot of animes are doing that now, and they're hiding it pretty good. So, and I think that's all. I mean, played a little bit of Baldur's Gate with Jazz. And, the other new game I tried was called, Nightingale. It was free on the Epic Store, and it's kind of I don't know, it feels very much like any other kind of, like, that genre, um, like how Suns or, uh, Minecraft, like that style of game, only, like, the graphics are cool, it kinda has an interesting little steampunk aspect to it, and there were some aspects where I'm just, like, curious how it's gonna come into play, like, when you start, they make you design your whole family tree, and I'm like, "Well, what does that have to do with anything?" I haven't actually gotten far enough to see how that's relevant to the story, um, or relevant to anything, but, it does look nice, and I'm not complaining for having it for free. Apparently, this is, like, kind of like a soft relaunch because like, it wasn't doing I don't know if it wasn't doing as well, but they've done some patches, and I think that's why they're giving it out for free, so I don't know how much longer I'll play it, but, it seems like the kinda game it'd be a lot cooler if I had more people to play with, kind of like how Suns, Minecraft, all of those are, or even, like, Once Human vibes without the microtransactions, of course, so yeah, otherwise, that's probably it for me. How about your week, Lee?
I was just going to ask, Shayla, because you were mentioning that film,
Mhm.
would they permit you to take chainsaw props with you? Because I got one that I could lend you.
I I don't know. I mean, as long as it's not a real chainsaw. I mean, it's the
No.
Resident Evil 4 one. Yeah,
Yeah.
I would imagine it'd be fine. I'm pretty sure people are gonna have pochitas.
I think you should take a real one in there.
Oh my god, I have a real one. That was kind of something exciting about my week. Is I finally found I got a chainsaw for like $3 at a garage sale because it uses the same battery as my weed whacker. And the only problem with it is it didn't have a battery. So I've been hanging on to it because I needed to chop down some bigger trees in my yard. And uh, just today, I was cleaning out underneath the sink and I finally found the battery. So I got to test out my chainsaw and chop down a bunch of trees in my yard. Well, little trees, but that was really fun.
Sure, trees.
Well, you're fine, Alex.
But yeah,
No,
I
I
do
think you
have a
get
real chainsaw. I love chainsaws. I wish my Lancer, like my Gears of War Lancer, like had like little that'd be awesome. Yeah. Sorry, Lee. I didn't mean to
No,
scoot back
I
over.
asked, so I permitted it. So, since you last saw me, I stumbled upon the yellow brick road, and because it was suddenly visible to me because it was yellow. It was apparent, much like all the yellow paint you see on the walls. What was it? The mountain on Final Fantasy VII remake,
Oh God.
Yeah.
and on
It's spreading.
and on the oil platform of Still Wakes the Deep. So it was very visible. And I discovered yellow needs to be, what's the word? Presented more. Hence why I've become Mr. Yellow. I am a representative of the colour yellow. Note my gloves, my tie, my handkerchief, the yellow tape on my hat, and the yellow strips of tape I put on the settee.
Your light looks yellow too.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is in yellow mode. And I even have yellow lights here.
Are you currently listening to Coldplay Yellow?
I was thinking that too.
Yes. It is
If
on
it
my
wouldn't-
yellow.
if it wouldn't get us a copyright strike, I would play it for you. But
Yeah, it is on my phone. Yes.
there you go.
So yes, it's on brand. It's on theme. I'll probably lose my job over it once they hear about what I say on Wardcast. But then, hey, I might find another employer, and they might ask me to look at another color.
Purple Rain.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
So, show and tell, and this requires me to disable the camera for a bit. My apologies, but it is all on purpose. Ow, that's sellotape on the hat, and it ripped my hair.
I just
head off.
realized this is the yellow why he had the chainsaw at the ready. Because it's
Yeah.
yellow.
Yeah, it's fitting, isn't it?
This is what happened when me and Lee went out yesterday. He just came up in yellow and he
Oh,
bought
this
a
is-
chainsaw.
It's not going as quickly as I'd like.
I'm,
Ah,
I remember
wouldn't
when
it
that
open?
chainsaw controller got announced.
ah.
You okay over there?
Oh my God.
This is so difficult with these gloves on. Ah,
Take 'em off.
No! I'd feel naked without them. So, right. Apologies. I am back, and I'm ready for my show and tell, which is
Okay.
ta-da! I have a Silent Hill F hat.
Oh, nice.
And goodbye.
Whoa.
So my week.
Wow.
We all knew that was going to happen.
Yep. And I have my day one orders for the Silent Hill F on the PAL version.
Ooh.
No, that's the NTSC version. And this is the PAL version. which
Oh, the
comes-
PAL version's way better.
Yep, and it comes with the noticeable steelbook.
Oh wait, turn it around. Okay, so is that just the steelbook, or is the case like that too?
That's the case itself.
Okay,
It's wrapped up, so the steelbook is just
Oh.
behind.
I see.
But yeah, I thought I'd feature that because it was perhaps the latest thing I've got, other than the stuff in Yeovil, which I would not display. And I decided, I liked the Japanese artwork, admittedly, more, where it's just the protagonist's face being ripped off by the flowers, just like in that teaser trailer when it was first unveiled. And initially, the early artwork displays on like CD Japan and Play Asia depicted that would be the artwork. It isn't, but the American side, they have this, so I had to have this. So it's the day one edition. I got it from Amazon.com. They shipped it over to UK, no problem, and it's another F in the collection, as it were.
Nice. I don't support you supporting that game multiple times, but good for you.
Hey, I appreciate it, whether
Hey,
it's good or bad.
That's all that matters.
Yeah.
As long as you're happy.
Yes, I'm happy.
No, you doesn't have to be happy.
I'm effing happy.
Nah.
So, Sean, how's your week been?
My week was pretty short as well. I'll go through mine pretty quick, but I wasn't really able to play a whole lot. I just played a little more Shadow Labyrinth, and I can feel Death Stranding slipping away. And I'm at the point right now where I don't know that I can go back to it. I'm still gonna try it, but like I was thinking about it the other day, and I'm like thinking about the mechanics and like what I was doing, and I'm like not remembering things. But hopefully, once I get into it, it'll come back to me. It hasn't been too long, but I don't think I've touched it in like it's been at least a month, I think, at this point. So it's like I don't know. I'm gonna try it. Luckily, I wasn't like super far into it where there's a lot of shit going on, so I still might be able to recover. We'll see. Either way, if I have to restart it, I will. I do want to get through it. I really want to play the second one, and I put it off for too long. I need to go through that goddamn game if it kills me, and it might. So we'll see what happens.
You could do. You could always do what Alec does. Just watch it on YouTube, see what you need to see, and just done.
Nah, I want to play it. Even though it's dumb.
Dude, I'm on my 6th playthrough of that game now.
I don't know how you do that, honestly. Like, I feel like I'm going to struggle to get through it the first time. Here's a question. Can I get the platinum with one playthrough?
I hope not.
Oh, thank God. Because I do want to try to get the platinum, but I really don't want to go through it twice.
There's one of the achievement or trophies that you have to switch switch it onto a hardest mode, and you can do that. I've done it twice, so it's fine. You can do it.
So like at the last chapter, you just switch it over to hard and finish it.
Yeah, you can kind of do it any time, really. You can like once you've done it, you can even switch it back to an easier mode to do it. So you can finish off the game. So it's up to you.
Okie dokie. Other than that, I've just been working on podcast shit as usual. I was able to go through the massive backlog of news that I've been behind on. I just recently got caught up on the stuff that I had like pre-written and pre-recorded and then turned all those into videos, which allowed me to go back and just kind of go through the shit ton of news that I've been like I've just been ignoring news up until the point where I got caught up, and then I just got caught up, and then I went back and just kind of recapped, and I was a little bit more picky than I usually would be in terms of like what I wanted to talk about, just because I was so far behind. There's still a lot to go through, but at least I know like exactly what I'm looking at in terms of like what we're going to talk about and what videos I need to make. So that was good. I was glad to finally, that's been weighing on me for a while. I've been really wanting to just get caught up to know like at the end of the day, like what does this backlog look like? And now I know. So that's good. But yeah, well, so yeah, if you've been wondering like, hey, why didn't they talk about this or why didn't they talk about that? Because I know there's been a lot of like worthwhile things to talk about, a lot of shit going on in the industry and games to talk about and whatnot, and we haven't been talking about it, and that's why. So eventually we'll get there and we'll talk about it. We're not ignoring that kind of stuff. It's just playing a little bit of catch up. So we'll get there. Catch up. And yeah, other than that, I've been working on a little bit more of the Castlevania Machinima. I want to get that done soon. And I started a Halloween project. Hopefully I can get that done before Halloween. That'd be good. And yeah, and I want to do some kind of like let's play, some kind of spooky game, just to kind of throw something spooky on the channel outside of the podcast and whatever Machinima ends up coming out. So just to give it a little bit of variety. I miss the days where I had enough time to do like a video a day, like a while back, I tried to do like a whole Halloween month, and every single day there'd be an episode, whether it's a Let's Play or a machinima or whatever. I do enjoy doing that, but like right now, that's pretty much impossible for me to pull off. But one day we'll get there. We'll see. Hashtag adulting. It sucks. Other than that, I have a show and tell.
Ooh.
I didn't even know this existed until recently. But it's a giant plush ducky.
That's
It's
cute.
amazing. So yeah, I had to get
Aw.
it. And it was like on clearance too at GameStop, so it's awesome.
I
Cute.
mean, Clarence.
So now she can face the liquor. Ah.
Aw.
Are you aware that they have that same thing for the Leon duck?
Yeah, I did. I found out about both of them at the same time. So yeah, I want to get that at some point
Blah.
too. Have the full collection. I have a plushy Resident Evil collection, which I didn't even know was going to be a thing. So there you go. So is the Leon the only other one that they have in the plushie?
It was the first one that I was made aware of. Obviously, I did the normal size tubs, Resident Evil things, and then the mini, and then
Yeah.
the plus one came out. I was thinking, I didn't see anything else beyond that, so I was surprised that they did declare.
Yeah, I'm kind of annoyed because like at first I thought it was just the normal size tubs or whatever, and I had, thanks to Yuli, I had almost every single one. I think I was only missing 2 of them. I'm like, yeah, it's not going to be too bad, just 2 more and I have the complete collection. And then they announced the minis, and then there's these goddamn things. Like, it just, there's no end to it.
They want to dominate your bathtub.
It's cool though, because like I don't know if you can see it, but like her
Cute.
pouches and her gun are like individually crafted. So like they could have
Cute.
just made like a flat texture, but they didn't. They actually designed it so it's nice and textured and 3D and stuff. It's really cool.
And nice to touch, I'm guessing.
It is actually pretty soft.
Cute.
But if I pet her,
Dude,
it's a little weird.
Plushies keep getting better and better. I swear, there's so many good plushies now.
Yeah, I
Sorry,
don't
I'm
follow
a plushie
the
person.
plushie world.
I know.
So, but when it comes to Resident Evil, I mean, I have to. I have no choice.
Yeah.
Unless it's like Village, then yeah.
Eh-eh.
If there was an Ethan plushie, I think I'm good without it. Well, actually, I don't know. I could like cut the arms off of it or something. I don't know. It could be fun.
It could be like that
You know,
South Park Kenny
I-
thing where
I
you can rip
don't-
off its head.
That would see
Actu-
if they did that. That would be amazing. I would want that. If there's a plushie and you could rip his limbs off and shit, that would be so great.
It's, you know what? I maybe I won't say anything because I think pre-orders just closed. But do you remember that Leon kitty cat I got?
Mm-hmm.
The same artist made Leon and Ada, new Leon and Ada ones. I mean, obviously they'll still go on sale, but and there might still be too late. But I think very soon the pre-orders for those are closing. If those, I don't know if it's something you're kind of, they are really cute. The Ada's super cute. She's like, they both have little cat ears and snide faces, but they're really adorable.
Yeah, I'll have to see if I can.
The
find
only
them
downside
somewhere
is
down
that
the
they're
road.
kind of pricey.
Yeah. How much is
Yeah.
pricey?
I'll link you, but yeah, they're like 60 each. So if you got both,
Whoa!
it's like
How
120.
big are they?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, you
right?
saw they're probably like what, like 6 inches? I mean, because they are made to order a limited batch type thing.
Do you know how
so,
much I
yeah.
paid for this? And this thing is huge.
Probably
Hell
$5.
no! Hell no!
Yeah,
Hell
probably
no!
$5.
It was 20. It was 20.
What?
But still, like that's
Oh, okay,
fucking way cheaper than
Yeah.
60, and it's like a quarter of the size of that thing.
Yeah.
Fucking hell! It's kind of
Yeah.
like those.
That's kind of
what
how
are they?
it goes with.
Nendroids or something like that.
Nenoroids.
Yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
those are expensive as shit too, and
Yeah.
they're little tiny little baby figures.
Mm.
So
They're so cute.
yeah,
I'm glad I stopped collecting things.
I mean it's definitely a burden for sure. Or it's a ducking. Nah, bird, bird duck. It's fine. All right, guess what?
Quack.
Fucking what time it is.
Quack.
It's time for some
What?
news.
Quack.
What?
It's time for some news.
You know
Who-
when it says "Don't be afraid"? I'm like, we probably should be.
I was just thinking, what if I'm
I mean,
afraid?
it's there ironically because you're going to be afraid. I'm afraid every week. So, but yeah, who thought that we'd be talking about Lost Planet in 2025? Well, nobody. But here we are. Capcom quietly removes games from Windows Live, which breaks Lost Planet 2. The original Lost Planet was a solo experience, and though Lost Planet 2 does offer a single-player campaign, the game was clearly designed as a multiplayer experience, which now is no longer possible. If you play offline, you'll have to deal with bots who have horrible AI, making it almost unplayable. Not only does this update end multiplayer functionality, but all previous save data is no longer accessible, cutting all existing players out of their progress. This update could affect other Capcom titles as well, including Street Fighter Cross Tekken and Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City.
I'm gonna be honest. I thought that game was removed like 2 years ago. I could have swore that
That's
was
fair.
a thing.
It lasted longer than you would have thought, but again, it just kind of reinforces the tragedy of modern gaming. You know that all this shit's going to happen to everything eventually. It's inevitable. But what's really fucked up too is like, even though that game does have like, what happened?
You were underwater.
Oh, was I?
Yes.
No.
You're getting better now.
You sound okay now.
I think
Okay.
it's just Lee's thing. Anyway, carry on, Sean.
But yeah, with Lost Planet 2, you know, it does have like a single player element where you can still play it once servers go down and everything like that. But the fact that like the online element destroys like everything that you did with that game while it was connected to the internet. Like, I mean, when did that game come out? Fucking 10 years ago or something like that, probably.
Probably even longer.
So like, think of all the time and effort people that own that game have spent playing that, unlocking things, investing in their characters and all that kind of shit. So now, since they're pulling the online element, it's breaking and destroying all of that progress. Even if they were just playing like single player that entire time, everything, since if they were ever connected to the internet, to the servers, like all of those save files that they had will be inaccessible from now on. So like everything that they did, whether it's single player or multiplayer, gone, just because they wanted to connect it to the internet. Yeah, it's yeah, exactly. So it's a little ironic, but yeah, I'd be pissed. And I worry about that kind of shit because like I try to keep up on things, but like I'm not going to know every little detail about every single game that I ever play, right? So there's going to come a time where it's like, oh, this game that I loved and I spent hundreds of hours in, I go to boot it up and I try to load a file and then boom. That's when I learn, oh, guess what? I no longer have access to everything that I did before. And that's like, it should never be like that. That's so fucking stupid, especially when the game does have an offline element, but you know, they don't think or care about that kind of stuff. And it just shouldn't be that way.
I wonder if they're gonna, like, in a year's time, re-release it as a set to celebrate like 10 or 20 years of Lost Planet, and then make people who want to play the game online have to get that version and pay for it.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
I pretty much guarantee that's going to happen, and they always do that. It's like, oh, they'll add new servers, and then you can go through the whole process all over again. It'll be great. But yeah, I think about shit like, what if Outbreak was tied to the internet, like in a way where it actually interfered with your progression? Like, I don't know how much Outbreak you guys have played, but it's pretty intricate in like tracking like the things that you do in the game and unlocking content and files and costumes and stuff like that. So like, if you're one of the people that played the shit out of Outbreak and unlocked everything, like that was a massive fucking pain in the ass to do. So if they had done that in current day, all of that shit that you did would be removed from you eventually if they treated it in the same way that they're doing with Lost Planet. So that's not cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
And hey, maybe one day it'll happen. Maybe they'll finally give us that HD remastered Outbreak, and they'll, 10 years later, they'll completely destroy it. Can't wait for that. It'll be great.
Yay.
But at least you'll be able to play it online for a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's better than nothing, but it'd be nice if we could have the cake and eat it too,
Oh my god. Can you imagine the fun if we had Outbreak online? Us playing like, yeah! It'd be hilarious.
Why did you die?
Please help. No.
Help me, please.
Help me, please, Yoko! Help me!
Yes.
So, Shayla, what do you think? I think you're the only one of us that has actually spent a significant amount of time in Lost Planet 2. Though
And
you
that's the
played it on
truth.
console though, right? Not PC.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, but I did play it a lot. Like I unlocked the Gears characters and got a lot of the emotes and titles and stuff. But the thing is if I'm being truthful, the game was really limited and it wasn't picking up enough steam for the like. There just wasn't enough people playing it, even when it was like kind of at its prime. And then the only reason why I was not surprised that it was shut down is it hasn't been purchasable anywhere for a while. Like it shows on Steam, but it doesn't for like at least over a year or two, it doesn't even let you purchase the game. So
Mm.
I kind of always thought it was out of order already. Um I guess I just don't it was like I don't super have a desire to go back to it anyway. Um because I feel like it was a little like there was some cool stuff about it, but there was also some very like rushed elements and it didn't have it just kind of didn't have the longevity there. Like it was very very repetitive and I just like I'm trying to rack my brain and it felt like I felt like when I was playing it we were playing like the same four stages over and over again. Four might be an understatement, but I feel like it's just like I felt like a very limited amount. Um it was kind of like there were aspects of it that felt like Monster Hunter with guns, um, but scale it back very small. I don't know. It wasn't. It didn't feel like a super complete game, especially by now or like by today's standards. So for me, it'd be like a difficult game to ever go back
Was
to
it a good
anyway.
story?
That one didn't really have a story, if I'm being honest. It was purely, like, meant to be, like, a multiplayer experience, like, it was very much like you formed a team you got a team together, you fought a big monster, and then you got loot, and it was kinda like, how Castlevania HD is. That was very much like the gameplay
That was
loop,
super disappointing
like,
to me. It was
you're
fun, but not what I would have wanted. Would have been cool to have like a narrative to go
yeah.
through with people, and like for that game in particular, I know that that's probably impossible because if you're following the story and the lore, you're not going to be able to shove all those characters into a single experience. So I get that, but I don't know. It's just that's always been part of the magic for like to me for Castlevania is like going through the story and
Yeah, yeah.
progressing through a campaign and stuff like that. But when they just took like the whole thing and made it like one big map, it's kind of like you said with Lost Planet. It just kind of gets old. It's like it's very simple. It's fun for a while, and then you just kind of get burned out, and you move on from it.
It was almost like a triple A, like, for that generation's, like, friend slop, like, the
Friend
term now
slot.
is used, but, like, w kind of, it was just, like, the newest thing that you're supposed to get all
Mm,
your friends together and
yeah,
play, you know? And,
yeah. I think
you
that's
know,
probably kind of what happened with Lost
I'm
Planet 2 as well. They probably intended for it to be a more like interconnected experience with the online community where they were probably going to do like tons of DLC and multiplayer events, and like you said, it didn't really get an audience big enough to justify that, so probably just winded down before it could even go
died.
anywhere, so you never really saw
Mhm.
that. It's probably why it's so small. Not that I'm defending it because I think that's a
Yep.
disgusting business model, but um I
It
feel
had
like that's probably
potential.
why.
Like, yeah. It was in a weird kind of way, it was a little too ahead of its time, I guess. Like it just wasn't I don't know. Yeah. I enjoyed it well. I did enjoy it for what it was while I was playing it because I still play very similar style of those
Yeah.
games, but that genre has evolved too far for me now.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Fair enough.
Rest in peace, Lost Planet 2. I'll miss you.
Yeah. If
You were tight. You were tight while you
it,
lasted. Especially since I will say this, all of the extra characters, emotes, titles, all that stuff was earnable in game and not purchasable. And that what I will say is something to its testament as far as like that's now games monetize all of that
mhm.
shit. So it's kind of cool to have a game where it was one of the first ones that has current day model like extras, but they're not paywall. They like literally were stuff you could just do. The problem was is the game loop wasn't varied enough to make it like fun playing it over and over and over and over and over again to unlock those
Yeah,
things.
Xbox
So
360 and PS3 was kind of like the last generation that really offered that unlockable progression kind of baked into the gameplay experience.
mhm.
Like I know that like one of the things that always interested me about Lost Planet 2 is the fact that I know you can unlock other Capcom characters. Like I think Frank West is there. You can unlock Wesker and stuff
Mhm.
like that. And
Mhm.
nowadays, clearly 100% that would all
Yeah.
be DLC. So it is nice to
Yeah.
to go back and play the older games where you can just unlock
Like
that content within the game, the good old days.
like I hate to say it, but Fortnite comes to mind because it really did have like you could have Marcus and Wesker like doing the Dougie together
Mm.
and like goofy stuff like that. You know? Uh,
Yeah. I don't know. It just back then though is probably way more magical because it was such a rarity that you would get an opportunity to do something like that.
yes.
And sometimes
Mhm.
limiting things is beneficial. Like you don't burn people out on it. It doesn't become commonplace. So like when it does happen, it's something to be like celebrated and it's way more enjoyable. But when it's just like Fortnite is there every day and there's a billion characters from a billion different IPs, it's just like when crossovers happen these days, it's just like, nah, another one.
Frustration.
Like there's a point in time where I'd be like, oh, Resident Evil's crossing over with something, but nowadays it's like, oh, Resident Evil is crossing over with something again. You know what I mean? It's just like it's sad that we've gotten to that point. Like there's something to be said about like limiting crossovers and things like that so that they remain special.
It's a bit
So
like Dead by Daylight. I was just like, it's just easy
mm,
to think
yeah,
what's not on Dead by Daylight.
right. Yeah, like back in the day that they were doing something really cool and innovative and it was such a big deal. Now it's just like, oh God, stop. So yeah, it sucks. Microsoft is making massive cuts, likely due to a shift in future priorities. It's clear that Microsoft has pretty much given up on being a video game platform. The Everything is an Xbox campaign, Xbox recent next generation announcement without any hardware, a cancelled Xbox first party portable system, Xbox exclusives going multi-platform, and so on. Hell, some multi-platform versions are the only ones getting physical releases, and they typically have more features. Microsoft has even stated that the best place to play Xbox games is on PC. They're partnering with AMD, Meta, and ROG to produce Xbox-branded hardware outside of Microsoft. I mean, the writing has never been on the wall harder. Is that a thing? I don't know what that means, but the damn writing is on the wall. Microsoft is becoming a publisher, it's just a matter of when. As they make their transition from hardware to software, obviously there has to be some downsizing and restructuring within the company, hence the reduction in staff. In 2024, they laid off more than 2,500 people, and this year another 6,000. Now they have shuttered Xbox Studio The Initiative, which came with the cancellation of the Perfect Dark reboot. But The Initiative isn't the only studio affected. The impact was felt company-wide, hitting Rare, which resulted in canceling Everwild, which was in production for over 10 years. It hit Bethesda canceling another unannounced game developed developer King, and more. An estimated 9,000 plus reduction is expected on top of the previous 2,500.
But give us £30 more for your subscription.
Yeah, let's increase all the prices and fire half of our staff. It'll be great. Yeah.
So does that mean OD will be playable on PC?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
It for sure
Okay.
will be, but it might not happen day one. I mean, at this point, it might happen day one, honestly,
Yeah, that's what
but
I'm wondering.
we'll see. I'd say like worst case, you're looking at a year, and it'll be on PC. But it'll probably be before then. So we'll probably see it hit like PlayStation 5 a year down the road.
And by then, they would increase the Game Pass prices per month to up to about £50.
Oh, I'm sure we'll see it increase at least 2 times between now and then. Yeah, which is insane.
Do you regret buying that Xbox, Lee?
You should.
I mean, this was the fridge, so I got this dirt cheap, so I don't regret getting this popped. But I've come to realize my fandom for the Xbox has died. It died a while ago, and it's just taken me now to think, oh, right, yeah, this is just another thing. And with Microsoft effectively saying, yeah, we don't care so much. We're going with the publishing route, buying everything and just making it ours so we get the profits, like from the Call of Duties and all that sort of thing. I'm just thinking, well, what's the point of this box now? Why have that brand anymore? Have that alternative option? It's meaningless. It's just a big box at this point, and an expensive one at that. That's even getting even more expensive.
Yeah, it's just going to turn into what Sega used to be. You used to hear Sega and you would think, oh, hardware. They make video game machines and they also do video games, but they were hardware first. They were a platform. Now you hear Sega and you think of Sonic. You think of the games that they publish because now that's what they do. That's exactly what Xbox is going to turn into. It's going to be Microsoft's publishing brand. And that's what you're going to think of when you hear Xbox in, I don't even know, 5 years maybe. So yeah, it sucks.
I mean, I think back and it's like, as much as I like the PS3, Xbox 360 totally beat it out of water.
Oh yeah.
And then after that, they shit the bed.
Yeah.
They were like,
I know it's weird.
PS4's one.
It's weird to think for me because like 360 was like everything for me for like a decade, and then Metal Gear Solid forced me to get a PS or like go to PlayStation, and then I kind of never looked back because I learned about Monster Hunter, and that was mostly on PlayStation. So, and just having like free membership and all that. I mean, it used to back in the day, but yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. You had the exact same experience that I had. I was 100% committed to Xbox 360. I love that platform. Only reason I played PlayStation 3 was for Metal Gear. I bought that Metal Gear Gunmetal, bundle that they had.
Patriots.
Yeah, they had a special edition Gunmetal color.
Yeah.
For the PS3, I bought that special edition console specifically to play Metal Gear, and like it was always my plan to eventually pick it up because I knew Metal Gear was coming, and then there were other exclusive that I wanted down the road or to pick up after I bought it for Metal Gear. But yeah, like I was never driven to pursue a PS3 until I feel like there was something that justified it, and it was one game that did that, and it was Metal Gear. And everything else about the Xbox 360 I fucking love. I loved how they did the online, even though you had to pay for it. Their whole ecosystem, the controller, the way that they did games with gold, like everything that they were doing was so well executed and really beneficial to the customer, which is always nice to see. And then once they went into the next generation, I feel like all that shit just kind of went to their head. They were making so much money. They thought they were hot shit, and they figured, hey, we can just get away with whatever we want to do, and what we want to do, no one's going to like. And they were not able to get away with it. And from that point, like they could never recover. Like it doesn't matter what they tried to do. It was just, there was so much damage done that it was just over for them. And honestly, that's what they fucking get. Like
it's essentially a one-hit wonder.
No, the original Xbox was good. Like it wasn't. I mean, it was a profitable system. Obviously, it couldn't stack up to the PS2. Like nothing
Nothing
really
could.
can. But in terms of like just being a competitor in the market and being a profitable console and being of quality, I thought it was great. I thought
Yeah.
it was a really good system. So it was a two-hit wonder.
Okay, fine. I'll
So,
give you that.
and now they're dead. So there you go. Yeah, it's unfortunate. But I mean, honestly, like everything's going to shit. It's just going to be PC all day, every day. In 5 or 6 years, whenever the next generation of consoles come out, just go PC at that point. There's literally no point to getting a console going forward. It's dumb to do so. You get no benefits out of it anymore. Like it used, like the biggest benefit that you would get out of having a console is the consistency, the ease of use,
Mm.
and those are gone. Every game that comes out on console is broken, just like it is on PC. And like that was the whole benefit. Like I'm going to buy a game, I know it's going to run on my system. Don't have to think about upgrades. I don't have to worry about it not running properly. That's not the case anymore. So forget it. Just buy it on PC. Um, and then you have all the shit that Nintendo's doing, and we're going to be talking about Sony pretty soon about some of the shitty things that they have coming up down the road and currently. So like it's not just Microsoft being garbage, it's not just Nintendo being garbage, it's the entire market. So, when everything's like that, like PC is the clear choice in my opinion. I don't know why you would do anything else.
It'd be my
Yeah.
path going forward.
Yeah.
I'm leaning the same way. It's just because we've been playing PC games lately, and just like I have 2 PS5s right there.
Yeah. It's dumb.
Yeah.
Yep.
R.I.P.
Yep. Horror Tales Eats the World may be a silly name, but this game is no joke. In this photorealistic body cam horror title, you have to navigate dark, creepy environments in search of VHS tapes, each of which will reveal a different paranormal horror story to experience. The game monitors your sound, so if you jump, breathe heavy, or make a noise for any reason, it might be the last thing you ever do. Horror Tales Eats the World enters early access on Steam soon, with a demo available to try today on Steam.
I just played another game just like that.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of horror games doing that kind of element of it's listening in on you.
Yeah, it's kind of the trendy thing to do. But that one's kind of hard to tell through the trailer because some of the quality dips down when I rendered the video and then we stream it. And like there's not a lot of like action going on to really showcase like why the game is appealing. So to get the real benefit, I recommend going and watching one of the 2 trailers that are out there because a lot of it is just like the impressive visual fidelity of it. Like it literally looks like real life. And it just, especially if that game's VR, it's going to be really fucking scary. So,
poop pants.
yeah. And the fact that they also have that element of like, oh, you got to be careful. You got to not make any sound and shit like that is going to be a really fun element to kind of mess around with, especially for people like Jazz who like will get startled and, make a noise. And then that can literally have in-game ramifications. It's a really cool idea. And with horror games, the more realistic it looks, the more impactful it is because it's more believable. So yeah, that one. And what was the other one? Paranormal Tales, I think. Both of those are kind of similar games that are coming out on Steam that kind of work the same way, but they both look really cool and are definitely worth keeping an eye on. How dare you? I hate it. I hate that we're here. I don't want to say those words, but it's just the reality. PC won, and I just want to jump off a bridge. It was inevitable.
Don't do it, John. Come to the dark side.
The darkness. Yeah. The darkness is taking over. There's no denying it. The House of the Dead 2 remake released digitally back on August 7th, with a physical release still looming. It's been a while since we got the original House of the Dead remake back in 2022, and pretty much everyone who was interested in the first game was likely counting the days until we saw a remake for the second. Unless you're one of the many who hated it. As good as the original game was, House of the Dead 2 was the iconic one. Hopefully the remake lives up to the shit. Though the overall reviews for the game are pretty damning, they may need to be taken with a grain of salt. Remakes are hard to make in a way that pleases everyone, as everybody has a different idea as to what that should look like. The remake has new visuals built from the ground up, a remastered soundtrack plus the original soundtrack, newly recorded dialogue, which is just as bad as the original.
What's wrong with this city?
On purpose? Branching levels, co-op, and faithful gameplay. That's a lot of effort put into a budget title. Some criticisms include the darkness of the game, the re-recorded dialogue, and some scaling back on the level design, to name a few. There is, of course, some censorship as well. When putting in your player name, any bad words will be censored out, including the word sucks? Wow. They also went out of their way to remove children from the game, replacing them with adult models. I'd say we're being a bit too sensitive when we can't have kids in horror video games or say the word sucks. House of the Dead 2 Remake launched initially for Switch and PC for $24.99. A physical Switch release is expected to release on November 7th with the Infect Edition, which comes with an exclusive sleeve and 3 character cards for $39.99. Nearly doubling the physical price isn't great to see, but I suppose it's better than no physical release at all. A physical release was initially expected for PS5 and Xbox Series, but this is no longer expected.
I hate the new dialogue. I hate it.
It's bad, and not in a good way.
Yeah,
No,
well,
yeah,
from what I heard, like I listened to a little bit of it, I could be wrong, but what it sounds like is they were trying to re-record it in the spirit of the original, like intentionally trying to make it bad again, and in doing so, it just didn't fucking work, especially with the more realistic graphics.
I mean,
Realistic.
I will say, I can accept the new Goldman sounding like he does in the remake. It's worse than the original, but it's humorous in a way that he's so different from everyone else. You can just laugh at it.
Oh my god!
See, and
that,
go
the
ahead.
original dialogue is bad, but fun bad.
Yes.
The remake one is just fuck off.
Yeah. I mean, they provided the original soundtrack for this 2 remake, but they couldn't provide an option to have the original dubbing on it. That would have made it a bit more tolerable.
You know, I was kind of thinking that as well, but I don't think it would work. I think it would just be too jarring. Like it's already kind of weird when you look at it with Metal Gear Solid Delta, and that voice acting is great, but it's still, there's a little bit, how dare you, Alec? Don't you shit on David Hayter.
Right, no.
He just did.
We'll circle back to this. Carry on.
But in my opinion, how about that? The voice acting quality, in comparison, at the very least, we can agree on this. Comparing House of the Dead 2 original with the original Metal Gear Solid 3, it's in a league of its own. Metal Gear was way better than that, right? So they obviously were trying to be serious with the tone, and the quality was significantly higher. So to see that translate into like a new engine with, you know, more realistic graphics, like that was kind of hard to swallow, because there is a little bit of a disconnect there. But when you're talking about something like House of the Dead, where it's comically bad and you're still trying to make a more serious tone visually and upgrade the quality of the graphics visually, if you were to try and take that really terrible voiceover and translate it to what they're trying to accomplish visually, I don't think it would work. Like, I don't think anyone would hear that and be like, yeah, they kept the original dialogue. Like, I think people would just be like, oh god, this is fucking horrible, why even bother with this? You know, which is why I think, even though they failed,
Yes.
I feel like them trying to redo it to match the modern visuals, but still be campy and bad was the right call. They just couldn't attain the results that they were going for. So,
I mean, there's so much else working against it besides the voice acting. Like you mentioned in that news video about the graphics, the darkness, the technical issues. There's just a lot about it that just it deserves its beat down, as it were. And I was a fan. I loved House of Dead 2. I have the typing of the Dead on the Dreamcast with the keyboards. God damn it!
but I mean, it was also a budget title. I feel like too. You don't think it's worth $25? No.
No excuse. No.
Damn. All right.
I'm sorry, but it's. I thought they would learn from the first House of Dead remake to thinking, okay, that got mixed reception. We can improve on it. Do a better job for 2. They did not. They did it worse.
I'm willing to bet that they were developing those two simultaneously with the same engine, so it was inevitable that they would both suffer the same fate, whether it's a good one or a bad one. I feel like they were, locked together.
But the perception is, if you are brought back to do the sequel, the audience expects, oh, you should do better, but they don't. For your reason, that might be the case, but you just the general audience isn't going to know that. So they look at House of 2 remake and see it's what the fuck is that, and just go, no.
Yeah, and quite frankly, like it's not the responsibility of the audience to consider things like that. It's irrelevant, like it's not their. They shouldn't have to take that into consideration when they're making a purchase. That like they probably developed these together. Like that doesn't matter. You need to make a quality game on both accounts. And if you fuck up the first one, you need to fix the second one. And if their process doesn't allow for that, then that's a failure on the developer, regardless of how you look at it.
I mean, I don't want to back. Go on.
They just can't do it, Captain. They ain't got the power.
Yeah, for me, like I can't give a full opinion on it because I haven't played it and I've only seen a little bit on it in general. It's just like my initial response seems to not be as negative as most of the reviews and the reception overall for it. But, that's coming from people that have actually played the game. So like there's obviously more weight to what they're saying. But I just like it's just surprising to me based off of what I've seen because like I understand the complaints, but it's just from an outside perspective, it seems a little bit harsh. Like the dark visuals, like I get that interfering with not only general gameplay, being able to see and shoot things, but also like the separation from the original, which was more brightly lit, and there was that kind of arcadey kind of pop out of the character models from the environments. Like that is an element of the gameplay experience that is important for that game. So I understand that, but at the same time, like just not being like a hardcore House of the Dead fan and just enjoying it casually and seeing what I saw, like I understand kind of their perspective of what they were trying to accomplish. They weren't trying to honor it being like an arcade experience. They were just trying to translate it into a more visually striking, more, I don't want to say realistic because realistic isn't the term, but it's more horror themed, I guess. Like darkness. They want it to be darker. There's going to, when you're trying to make it look more modern and detailed, it's going to look more brown. It's going to not be as brightly lit. There's going to be less lighting to achieve a goal like that, to make a horror atmosphere, which is what they were probably trying to accomplish, which is very in the face of what it used to be. So, and that's why I said in the video, it's really hard to succeed on a remake like this because you're like the expectations are going to be so widely different because there's going to be people out there that do want it to look better, that do want it to be more serious, that do want it to be darker in tone. And then there's going to be people that don't want that. Maybe there's people that are the opposite that want to see it even more brighter and more lighthearted and more goofy than it was before, and you're never going to hit everybody. So, and they're never even going to know like what the majority wants. You're not going to be able to make a poll large enough to capture the entire audience to be like, oh, like 80% of the audience wants it to be more lighthearted, and so we're going to focus on that. You know what I mean? Like it's they're kind of setting themselves up for failure, basically.
I will say, just because I do realize I did get quite negative towards that game, I don't want to drop a concrete donkey on the developers. They put work into that game, time and effort, and they expect results, even if it is a subpar effort. I don't want them to go away and all that. I would just say maybe the plan was not the right. Those people were not the right people to bring the House of the Dead back into the public's what's the word? Bring it back to light.
Yeah, I mean, even that's kind of hard to say. Like, who knows if that was even the vision of the developer? It could be,
Sega.
the publisher. Yeah, it could be what Sega wanted. There's no way to know that for sure. So, I don't know. It's tough. It sucks either way. It'd be nice if it was just like a big hit and everybody was loving it, but unfortunately, that's not the case. But I just,
Right.
for me personally, like I know I'm the odd one out here, but like I want to buy it physically. I'm not going to pay $40 for it. There's no fucking way in hell, and I really don't want it on Switch. So I have to think about how I want to experience. But in terms of like, if I have to buy it digitally on PS5 down the road, and I spend like $15 on it or whatever, and I come from a informed position of like knowing kind of what to expect, I feel like I'll probably enjoy it enough to justify that purchase. Or if they do eventually release a physical edition on PS5 down the road, and I can pick it up for like 20, maybe $30, and again approach it in that way, I feel like it'd probably be worth it for me, even though it is going to be not what I hoped it would be. I could probably still get some enjoyment out of it.
I mean, the first remake was eventually released on all the other platforms other than the Switch, so I think it will come out eventually with the second remake.
I don't know, because I believe that it came out on all platforms simultaneously, because that one came out.
Yes.
Yeah, well, no, that one came out digitally first on all platforms, and then it came out again physically later, but it came on all platforms, I thought.
Right. No, that's not the case. With the first one, because I know this, I got the House of the Dead remake on the Switch because that was the only available format. Eventually, it got released on the Xbox version, which I got, then the PS4, and then the PS5. So it took some time, but it did eventually.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, I hope so, because like I have the first one. It would be nice to have the second one at some point just to complete the collection, but not for $40. So we'll see. And I kind of wonder about that too. Like, what if they're even willing to commit to that investment of releasing it on other platforms when they know it's not going to sell well? Because I feel like a lot of people that are going to pick it up physically are probably going to wait for it to drop in price. And if the majority does that, that's going to be a big loss for them. So if they're aware of that, they might not even bother. And honestly, I couldn't really blame them. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. You never know. But yeah, there you go. Exciting. And it's extra sad too. Like, it was kind of annoying for the first game, but for the second game, like I said in the video, like House of the Dead 2 is like a tentpole game. You know what I mean? Like, everybody knows about it. It's a big deal. When it came out at the time, it was like everybody loved it. So like bringing it back was a bigger deal than bringing back the first one. And to see them flop on the second one is more. It's more disappointing than the first one for sure, because that one deserved justice because it was such a good game. But yeah. Oh well. Anything else before we move on?
I'm done.
Shayla, are you a robot? You're buzzing. I don't even.
That's weird.
Do you guys hear that too? The zzz, zzz. No? Okay, maybe it's me. Well, hopefully
Honeybee, honeybee, honeybee.
Hopefully it's not coming across on the podcast? If it is, please let me know.
Same.
Alrighty, so that was the news. We're going to talk about Resident Evil 2 AI movie trailer.
Grab yourself a cup of tea and let's talk about that.
So yeah, there's I'm sure you guys know there's a lot of skepticism going on about the next iteration of the Resident Evil movie. The last couple bits of information. We haven't talked about it yet on the podcast, but let's just say it hasn't been super positive. But we'll get into that in depth sooner rather than later. But it's not looking good, is the moral of the story there. And a lot of people are expecting it to fail, just like all the other iterations of the Resident Evil movie. Surprising nobody.
Mm-hmm.
But with AI getting more impressive by the day, very soon we'll probably be able to get a Resident Evil movie created by AI that's going to be more kind of what we want it to be. Because even if it comes out and it's not what you want, since it's AI, you could probably go in and adjust some phrasing and descriptions and get what you want or what you don't like corrected into what you do want. So
you could just
that sounds
you could
silly.
type it in. It's like AI make Resident Evil movie, but make it good.
I mean, just that alone would be really interesting to see what it comes up with. But yeah, like I mean, just like kind of what you're saying there, you could think about, remake the Resident Evil movie with Jill instead of Alice, right? And then it does that, and then you can go in and continue to tweak it into whatever the fuck you want it to be, So it's kind of interesting. Like eventually you'll be able to use AI to get whatever you want out of a Resident Evil movie, which is crazy to think about.
Does this mean I can get what I've always wanted to see, a continuation of Billy Cohen and Rebecca Chambers?
Probably.
No.
And honestly, I'm really curious about this because like I want to have it make a dual movie, and just see what the fuck it comes up with. Like feed it all the information about Days of Our Lives, Resident Evil, descriptions of the characters and everything, and see if I can make it come up with a coherent Days of Our Lives Resident Evil movie. That'd be so much fun. No, go ahead.
All right, I'll just say all you need to do for that to happen is just type in Leon swears and kills everyone. Job done.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely building blocks for it.
Shit.
Yeah. Leon constantly
Shut up,
swears, kills
Ashley.
everybody, hates Ashley, and just see what happens. But yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's just like it's crazy the rate that these AI tools are evolving, like every couple of months it's like I mean, I wouldn't say it reinvents itself, but it grows enough to be able to do way more complex generations in terms of like animation and creating scenes, and so like back like when it was still pretty new, like it wouldn't be able to generate like fonts or text or things like that, and now it can do that. You wouldn't be able to generate voiceover within the video generation tool. You'd have to outsource that and then insert it into the project, but now you can do that. So it's just like all the shortcomings that it has, it's very quickly overcoming those obstacles and becoming like an all-in-one, like really efficient generative tool. And I hate it, but at the same time I'm curious to see like what the hell's going to come out of it. And if it's going to be there anyway, like I might as well fuck around with it at some point. Like once it's at a level where I feel like I can get what I want out of it, I'll probably play around with it a little bit. It'll never become like a primary tool for me creating content because I hate it. But just in terms of like maybe make a project out of it just to kind of fuck around and see what it can do, I feel like that would be kind of fun. But anyways, this is more about just in general, like as a production tool for making movies and TV shows and things like that, AI is going to be a component of that, whether we like it or not. So at some point down the road, there will be people creating full-blown, 2-hour long movie of whatever the fuck you want. Tomb Raider, Resident Evil, and we're probably going to be waiting into those days to get a real legitimate Resident Evil movie, because this new one's not going to be it. But yeah, so this one's a little bit older. I think it's like 4 months old or something like that. But it's newer than the last AI video, Resident Evil video that we watched a while back. And it, like I was talking about, it is kind of a little bit more detailed than we saw previously. I don't know how many AI videos you guys have watched, but in the past, a lot of these videos are typically like a character or characters just kind of in a dramatic pose, just kind of with the camera, kind of slightly moving. You know what I mean? Like it's got a very
Like
AI
that,
aesthetic to it.
like that Dino Crisis one
Like
I
what?
linked a while back.
Yeah, it's more like a conceptual trailer where it's like we're gonna put the characters in a scene with a background, and this is what it could look like. But now it's getting to the point where it can legitimately put together scenes of things happening from the game. It's like a boss fight that happened, or a moment where a character fell or something like that. It's able to create full scenes rather than just that generic like concept of what the character could look like with AI. And this video kind of shows that a little bit. So it's getting there, and it's getting kind of interesting. And I wanted to show that to you guys and see what you guys think and go from there.
A bizarre incident occurred in the outskirts of an American suburb called Raccoon City.
Okay.
Go through the precinct. Find the other survivors.
You'll be in danger if you decide to stay with me.
I'm not going anywhere. I'm the only cop left alive in this building.
It's sheer perfection. My precious G-virus.
What are these things?
Don't shoot, I'm a human.
The entire city is infested with zombies.
Like I said, I'm not leaving this cell. Get out of here before you lead him right to me.
You'll end up just like all the others.
You really don't know anything, do you? It's capable of creating the ultimate bioweapon.
The self-destruct sequence has been activated.
I like how it couldn't quite figure out the liquors. I was like,
Yeah,
what the fuck?
yeah, and some of the spiders are kind of weird. Like it's still got that AI jankiness to it, but
jank.
it's getting substantially better to the point where that will eventually go away. And it's just, and like there are certain scenes in there where like there was like, people speaking lines of dialogue that was completely lip synced perfectly. So like it couldn't do that before, but now we're getting to the point where it can do that. So before you know it, it's going to be able to do all that shit, and it's going to be hard to tell the difference between an actual movie and whatever the hell AI is making, which is crazy.
I would like to have seen that AI project do Kendo properly. When he sees Claire, goes, "Ooh, sorry about that, babe." in that representation, he's
that would be amazing. And that's one of the cool things though, is like through just a quick prompt, you could just type that in, you could delete what he said, put in what you want, and then boom, it changes it and says what you want, which is insane.
Obviously I'm with on your side of things, I dislike AI just proving everything better and being overwhelming and all that sort of stuff. But I will say, as like if it was presented among every other Resident Evil film trailer except the CG ones, because they at least a bit more authentic to the Resident Evil series, I would say that gets the vibe of the Resident Evil 2 better than the films like Welcome to Raccoon City and the WS Anderson films.
Yeah, for sure. And that's exactly the thing is like I get more out of that trailer than I did for any of those. It's like, oh, that's cool. Oh, I remember that kind of shit. Where usually when you see a trailer for an official Resident Evil thing, you're like, oh, that's how they did it. You know what I mean? And again, it's just like it's going to be a thing where um, depending on how they present AI in the future, it might become more closed off as it becomes more complicated and stuff like that. But there could be a world where it's like when they present a project, they give you access to the tool that created it, and then you could just modify it, which I think would be interesting because it's like, here's the movie, change what you don't like about it. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, I want to remove this character. I want to remove Ashley from the Resident Evil 4 movie, and then boom, I can just do that, or I can make her so that she's not annoying. Or, if I want to like just add some random new scene to Resident Evil 4 that didn't exist, I can just throw that into the timeline, and it could be terrible or it could be great. Who knows? But it's just kind of crazy to think about like what that's going to look like in the future.
So if that tool was available and it allowed me to create Resident Evil Dead Island in the way I would like it, I would have things changed. Like, get rid of Chris, sod him, don't like him, overstayed his welcome, should have died with Wesker, and change Jill's appearance, because that still rubs me the wrong way. Oop. Those little things I would change, and if that program allowed it, then I wouldn't publicize it or anything. It would just be my own work, just from my own eyes. But I would like that kind of like idea.
Yeah. I at the end of the day, I kind of wish it didn't exist, but yeah, it's I mean, I feel like it annoys me more than anything, especially because like it's creeping into everything. Like, I don't know how many ads you watch on like YouTube or whatever. I don't use ad blockers or anything like that. I probably should, but I know that's ad blockers and things like that are getting more complicated to use and becoming less and less effective. So I just feel like there's no point in even bothering with it right now. So anyways, the moral of that story is I see a lot of ads and in doing so, like even on TV too, like when you're, watching HBO Go or whatever, or maybe not that, but like Amazon Prime has ads now. So like you're seeing it in
everywhere.
Streaming platforms, you're seeing it on internet ads, but AI is constantly used in just everything, in advertisements across the board, whether it's visually generated or like a voiceover that was created with AI. And you can always tell for now when it is AI because it does have a little bit of weirdness or jankiness to it. So like just having to hear it constantly in my day-to-day life really just makes me hate it more and more. But every once in a while, it's like something will come across my recommendations in YouTube or whatever, like this trailer, and it makes me think, of the of the positive elements of AI that could actually be fun. And this is what really sucks. It's like everything in moderation, like we were talking about before, with like crossover events and Fortnite ruining everything. When things become commonplace, it gets abused. And that's the same thing with AI. If we approached AI in a way where it was very focused, we target it for a very specific use, it wasn't made mainstream to the public, and we used it in efficient, very specific ways, it'd be amazing. But that's not how we do it. That's not how it's being done. It's just being thrown out there to everybody who wants to use it.
Yeah.
That is a great way for
I
it to evolve and progress very fast, but it also turns it into an annoyance, like we're talking about with the
yeah.
advertisements, and video
Yeah.
game developers are using it, and movie producers are using it, and Joe Schmo is using it. You just get burned out and annoyed by it. But if it was just a thing that was kind of happening in the background to facilitate greater things, it could be an amazing tool.
If I'm being honest, the main problem I have with AI actually has more to do with the fact that um the materials they use for the learning process are like sometimes stolen copyrighted content. So it's just like
Mm.
I get why they do it, but at the same time it's like, then what's the point of creating if there's no protection for your intellectual properties and you can just run it through a computer and teach a computer to do it. And a lot of these sources aren't ethically, or they're not ethical sources. So that's my biggest problem with AI is I wish there was more regulation as far as like um what they're using, instead of just like, oh, I like this artist, so I'm going to teach AI to like steal that content. And it's like, an artist should have a choice and have maybe able to make the decision, like, because some artists do go like, yes, I'm gonna train something to do stuff like me, and then I can choose whether I want to sell that or sell my work to be I just feel like it needs to be a choice when they're sourcing other people's work.
Yeah, that's a massive problem because, yeah, 100% of everything that AI creates is stolen content, which is a
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah.
And we're building off of all that stolen content things that can function independently of said creators, which is very unethical and problematic. It's
Yeah.
like, okay, well, I want this AI to sound like, whoever, Bruce Campbell, and then you build it off of
Mhm.
that, and then you have this AI that you can cast in all the roles that you would have cast Bruce Campbell for, and now you're not. But
Mhm.
you built that
Mhm.
off of him, and they get no benefit out of that, and they're essentially potentially their career is ruined, because they're not
Mhm.
needed anymore. And it's the same
And
thing with the art. If you
right.
teach an AI to be able to draw, quote unquote draw like that artist,
Mhm.
why would you pay that artist money when you can just have the AI make it whenever you want to for free?
Yep. Super
Yeah.
unethical.
Yeah, and
And
that's
that's
something we're going to be talking about too in the news probably here soon, is that they're creating AI actors that you can hire
yeah.
for projects already.
Same
Like, I
problem.
feel like
Yeah.
we're not even, ready for that. I don't think the AI is at that level yet, but it's already happening. So just think about what that's going to look like in the future. But yeah, so like now we have AI actors who can work fucking 100
Yes,
hour
and the
weeks, you
actors
know?
that contributed, yeah, exactly, and the actors that contributed their voice banks or their work to create those virtual actors, like what were they paid and how are they paid? And yeah, that's where it gets super fucking questionable, and nobody's really looking at that. Everybody's just raging over, oh, AI, and it's like, well, that why is AI a problem? Like, if it's just because you're scared of I think that's a little, personally, that's a little silly. I'm more just like, no, we need to look at like what uh what what tactic, like, the ethics involved.
Yeah. Yeah, and even like the particular AI actor that I'm talking about, I don't think is built off of anyone specifically. I mean, I feel like since it's AI, it has to be, but I don't know who it is
Mhm.
specifically. But it's not like being presented as a like iteration of an existing actor. It's just supposed to be like, this is
Mhm.
a brand new actor that you can hire that's AI. But even that, like, even if you just kind of remove the specifics of like taking over an existing actor with an AI, like, even if you did come up with a brand new AI actor to, for hire or whatever, it was still built on, you know, decades and decades of other actors existing, building, a industry of movies and TV shows and media and shit like that, that will eventually be removed from said roles as we inject all these AI actors into the ecosystem, right? Because again, they can work infinite hours. They can be a one-time fee. You know, it's like, okay, I bought this actor. I can use them for 20 years as much as I want, and there's no additional cost. They're not going to complain. They're not going to ask for royalties, right? Like we have this rise of like all these unions and demands and things like that are, you know, causing projects to be more expensive because they have to pay their actors more and they have to deal with all these requests and things like that, which, you know, sound nice and is good to treat the actors well. But with the rise of AI, you know, that's just more and more reasons to kick these actors to the curb and be like, we're going AI. But it's just like, we use these people and these systems created by people to essentially eliminate their own roles down the road. And
See, there
that's
you
not
go.
fair.
I blame. See, there you go. The Snow White actress is the snowball that's gonna create studios from not wanting to work with real people. They're like, she ruined our movie.
What?
It was a joke saying because she was so horrible, unbearable that no one wanted to go see the movie because
Yeah,
she
no,
ruined
no.
it.
That wasn't directed at you. It was the Jesus cue that
Oh.
happened in the
Oh,
background. But no,
oh,
I
okay, my
totally
bad.
follow what you're saying. Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, now that Alec is back, we're gonna get away from this
Yay,
AI
game.
talk that I did not intend to go on for like 10 or 15 minutes.
Sorry.
But no,
You need
you're
to
good. You're
stretch
good.
his legs. It's okay.
But you will get punished, Alec, for your
'Cause it's game time.
disappearance. Nope, not quite.
What?
Survival
Oh.
Horror Fan came in with the 5 and he wants to see the death of Pikachu. So we're gonna make Alec cry. There we go.
Pika.
Huh? How about you take this instead? Stupid piece of shit.
Thanks.
There
That's
you
okay, Pikachu. Survival
Thanks.
Horror Fan's gonna run out of money at some point.
I'm going to run out of tape to put Pikachu back together at this rate.
I don't know. You can only lose your head so many times before you can't tape it back on. So it's okay. All right, Alec. Now it is game time.
Okay.
Yeah?
It's game time.
Hell? Yeah?
Time for 8-bit.
I'll have my revenge, Survival Horror Fan.
Oh God, how? Should I be scared?
Everyone should be
Oh.
scared.
Okay. Go ahead, Shayla.
Never mind. It's not
bit
what I
6.
thought it was. Go
So
for
I
it.
know bit 6. Bit 6 is the typing of the dead.
Yep.
What a coincidence.
Yes. I know that game very well.
Planned this.
Is bit 7 from Dead by Daylight? Like
No.
those crucifixes that you hang your opponents on?
Nope.
Okay.
Bit 2 is obviously it looks like a Meta or a Quest VR headset and handle thingies.
I think it's a PSVR.
Oh, it's
2.
PS1. My bad.
Yep, the SVR2.
Bit 5, I think, is Time Crisis 2 Arcade.
Yep, arcade cabinet. Well done.
8 is Repo.
It is Repo.
Oh, nice. I couldn't figure out what that one was. Yeah, I don't know what any of these are.
Is bit 4 from Conquer a Bad Fur Day?
No.
It looks more like Final Fantasy Online. No, is that World of Warcraft?
It is. Wow. Wow.
Wow.
So I think it's just 7. 7.
7.
And 1?
1 and 3.
3, if you turn it on the side, is that Far Cry? No.
It is Far Cry. Which one?
Oh, okay. 3.
Yep.
It looks like there's a monster above the head. I can't. It looks weird.
It's a second
So-
person, but it's cut weird.
Yeah.
Oh, I see it
yeah.
now. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just number 1 and 7. 7.
I mean, number one's
And
like a keyboard and
And a hairpiece.
yeah, something. What the fuck is that?
That's not from Dino Crisis, is it? Bit 1?
Which one?
Bit 1, I said.
Yeah, no. So which Dino Crisis?
Dino Crisis 2?
Yep, it is the shop keyboard. When you
Yeah.
go to the shop, it lowers, and that's
Yeah,
Regina's
the
hairpiece.
keyboard like thing. Yeah.
So just number 7.
Is that Killer 7?
It is.
Ooh.
Nice. I didn't recognize it.
I didn't recognize it at first either, but I realized it was kind of like shell shaded. And I was thinking, what is cell shaded and is associated with the number 7?
Nice.
All right, last game, the guessing game.
Oh, it's the guessing game. Yeah.
Oh God.
What?
I've never done this.
Oh yeah, so this will be fun.
Oh boy. Oh crap.
So Lee, you can go first since you haven't played this.
Oh crap basket.
Oh wow.
Okay. So I have to think of a game.
Think of a game
And then send it to
send
somebody.
to Shayla
Okay.
or Sean or me.
Okay. I'll send it to.
In that picture, she kind of looks like the duck.
That's how they modded it.
Maybe.
Okay, I'm sending this. It has to be a game I can physically see, is it?
No.
No.
Okay, that's fine. All right, then I'll work with this. I'll send this to Sean.
Ah, you fuck. I don't even know anything about this game other than it exists. Okay,
That's
so
what
it
makes it funny.
I don't even know. It takes place in a sleepy place that is hard to see in, and I believe two protagonists are going through the town, and they're shooting things, creepy, weird things that are coming out of the darkness, and you can experience it at your local mall, and you have to pay coins to play it.
Is it the House of the Dead VR experience? Or 3D, whatever
No.
the... Oh, okay.
So something with a mall there. I'm thinking like Dead Rising.
Yeah, I'm thinking of like the ones in Dave and Buster's where you like sit down in the, the booths. And it's
You
all
have
like 3D.
the mall's not in the game, it's where you go in real life to experience the game.
Yeah, that's
And you
that's
have
what I'm
to
talking about.
Yeah.
Lost in was Lost in Nightmares a gun arcade game?
Austin Nightmare? No.
That was a Kinect game, I think.
Yeah, I thought there was an
Yeah.
arcade version too.
That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
It's not what I selected.
Nope. Not even close.
Sleepy Town.
So it's an arcade game, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Sleepy Town.
I don't think I know any more to give you more hints.
Shall I provide a hint?
Yes.
Sure.
It features non-canonically monsters from the series. So you'll see those monsters in a non-canon representation.
Oh, okay, I got it. So it's Resident Evil Gun Survivor.
Nope.
It's
No?
close.
Is there like a universal type? Oh wait, it's close to Resident Evil. Is it Silent Hill Pachinko? I don't know.
So close.
You're warm.
It's Silent Hill arcade. There's a Silent Hill gun
There
game?
you go.
There you go.
That's it. Yeah.
Silent Hill
Okay.
the arcade.
I did
Okay,
know there
I
was a
didn't know
Silent
there
Hill the
was one.
arcade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it only came out in Japan.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so too.
Alright, since Shayla got it, Shayla, you can pick on someone.
Okay, I'll pick on Alec.
You fuck.
But I gotta think of a game.
Yeah.
I think I already did that one. Shoot.
Shoot.
Here we go. I don't think I've done this one before. I hope not. There you go.
Oh. Right. Fuck. Right. I have played this.
Okay.
Right, so you're this very annoying creature thing. I think it's a cat.
Pokemon.
No. And it's been a platformer.
Bubsy.
Yeah.
Alright, Sean,
Nice.
since you
Good
got
job.
it, you can pick on someone.
Who to pick on?
What the? You expected me to have played this one?
Nope.
Right. What the fuck am I gonna say? Okay. So it's, I think, you kind of jiggle about to a series of sounds.
Rez?
No.
Papa the Rapper?
No. This person has been a bit crazy. Has a leaked picture of her trying getting out of a car with her vajayjay on display.
Oh, Britney Spears dance. What? Britney Spears Fever Beat.
It's a
dance.
Britney Spears game, yeah.
Yeah, it's on the PS2. I own it. I streamed it once. Britney Spears.
You streamed it? That's amazing.
Yeah, I did a PS2 feature where I just grabbed a huge stack of PS2 games and played them, and Britney's game. Britney's. What was her game?
Wasn't it released on the Game Boy Advance as well?
Maybe. I said it, damn. Didn't I say it? Britney's.
You were close.
problem is it can use such general terms. It's hard to distinguish the other
Britney's
words other than Britney
Beat
Spears.
dance.
Oh my god.
What? Oh,
You're
it's okay.
so
Dance beat,
close.
dance beat, dance beat,
There.
dance beat.
Yeah.
Don't ask me
Well,
why
I
I
kept
have it. I
saying
just
Britney
did.
Why do you
beat. I
have
don't
it?
know why. Britney's beats.
Right.
Britney's-
Okay. I'm gonna pick on Lee. So
Good boy.
here you go.
It wasn't that bad of a game, actually.
It actually isn't.
I'm surprised he has it, considering he collects Barbie games.
Yeah, I mean
surprised?
that is not the worst or weirdest game I own at all.
Okay, so I haven't played this game, but I will give it a go. You're in the Old West. Things that should be dead are popping up from the ground, and you have to deal with it.
The Red Dead Redemption's. What's the name of the
Undead
zombie
Nightmare?
one? Thank you.
Yeah, well done.
Yep. Sorry, there wasn't as much fun for you, Alec, there.
Well, at least I thought of something else. All right, that's game time. Wahey.
Wahey.
Right, since it's Halloween month, we're doing ghost comments.
Oh no, it's a ghost coming.
What's coming?
Come in.
Come in. All right, so first comment. These are from Dual RE episode 5, I think. Yeah. So first comment from Little Azazar. LMAAO, my jacket. Hey, isn't this Leon's? That really made me laugh.
Laughed.
Is that how you imagine they sound?
Yeah, why not? So question 1. Do you like Leon's jacket? And did you get one yourself?
Yes.
I know I have.
I always buy
sent me
jackets
one.
that look like Leon's. That's my favorite genre of jacket.
I have Alex Leon jacket.
Oh yeah, I sent it to you as well.
Yep.
That's not the jacket that the cat Sandy shat on, is it?
What?
I...
Oh, no.
I don't remember.
Wow.
Jacket.
I've been cyber attacked.
By a dead cat now.
Biological
You haven't worn it,
warfare.
have you, Sean?
Yeah, it's a bioweapon. Oh my god.
Have you worn it, Sean?
I have, but now I'm gonna burn it.
It'll probably be fine.
Oh my gosh, probably. Wow.
All right, Ghost. Say what? What?
Next
What is
comment.
What is
happening?
your problem?
Next comment.
Fine, I was going to do that, but... All right, ghost comment number 2 from Broly Sweetface said, my favorite parts are where Wesker, especially the part where he's like, bring me a non-fat vanilla glick. Question 2, how do you like your coffee? I don't.
I'd like my coffee when it's thrown in someone's face because I won't drink the coffee.
Lots of cream, lots of sugar.
Same.
It's got to be sweet.
Yeah.
I don't know how
gotta
people
be
drink black coffee. It's so bitter and disgusting.
Racist.
Next.
All right. Do you think Wesker is a vegan?
No.
I don't know. Maybe he's pretentious.
I just
That's where he
I
gets
always
his,
think
That's really where he gets his superpowers from.
He has vegan powers like Scott
Yeah.
Pilgrim.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's angry in that thumbnail because he hasn't got his greens.
Yeah, I always imagine that people, when they get a specific fucking tea or coffee, they have to have it a specific way, fucking made out of a Mongolian tree bush and spat on by two tribal leaders.
Yeah,
cream.
I just imagine Wesker would be that type of fucking asshole that orders the fucking annoying, pretentious coffee. Like, not necessarily a vegan, but just that douche, I would like a double, triple frappe macchiato with 2 creams and 1% of milk and...
And you only have 7 minutes to make this.
Yeah, exactly.
You realize someone's listening to this is going to do an AI Wesker where he orders his coffee and it has to be his specific way.
Yeah, I'm doing it now.
Do it. It should be done.
The video.
Do all that, but you must do it in a nude while staring into my eyes.
Or the attendant must be wearing the similar basketball outfit that Rebecca Chambers has, like in that picture he has in his desk in Raccoon City.
Yeah, so you have to wear the basketball outfit, but also be naked and stare into my eyes.
Terrifying.
Yeah, okay, that was Ghost Comments.
God.
Good job, guys.
Yeah, when I do Duel Season 2 with Wesker, I'll have to implement that in some way.
Yeah.
Just like 7 minutes of him saying so many fucking requests for his coffee.
It'd be called Wesker versus Starbucks.
Yeah.
There you go.
I must have Ouroboros included in my coffee.
Survival horror fan approves. The coffee comeback.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, sir, but we only had the G virus.
It's like, all right. Someone offers, you can have this, and Wesley's like, is that all you have?
Killed me.
Oh my God.
This has been
Wesker's Coffee. And this has also been episode 298. We're almost there. 300. It's right around the corner. Hide your kids, hide your wife. It's happening. Thanks for joining us, everybody. If you enjoyed the podcast or any of the content at The Word, please consider helping us grow by sharing our content, liking the video, and subscribing. And also turn off restricted mode if it's there, because it will completely hide our channel, and that sucks. You can support us through patreon.com/thewordproductions for access to exclusive content, or you can support us right here on the YouTubes. Have a great week. Have a happy Halloween, even though it's still a couple weeks away. Celebrate. Carve a pumpkin. Put your dick in a pumpkin. We'll see you next time. Bye.